walks toward the town with Sora. She hides herself, but the knight from the guild earlier spots her. He approaches her and says, "The information you gave was correct. Monsters killed the adventurers, so higher ranked adventurers have gone to hunt them." He tells her to go and collect her reward, and she says, okay. When she arrives at the guild, the receptionist asks for the document she gave her. Ivy starts taking out bags, amazing the receptionist, and hands her the document. The receptionist gives her a silver tablet as a reward. Ivy starts calculating. It's worth about 5 glittles, which is the cost of 50 mountain mice. The receptionist also gives her 2 gold coins, and Ivy gets excited to have so much in hand. She takes them and is about to leave when the receptionist stops her, saying, "Take your bags." As she walks out, people are laughing at her, and she realizes it's because of her bags. As night begins, people enjoy their time. Ivy eats her meal and gives some potion to Sora. She then looks at the map to continue her journey and lies down, saying, "Sora, it's so much fun traveling with you." The next day, Ivy is upset to see that her trap is broken. She says, "At this rate, I can't earn money," and checks her bag to see how much money she has left. Sora hops towards something, and Ivy runs behind her. As they reach the bushes, they enter and find a magical monster that is hurt. Ivy searches her book and realizes the monster is going to die. She pats the monster, saying, "You must be scared. I was scared too when I was about to die." Sora feels bad for the monster, so she jumps and covers it. She heals all the monster's wounds, and Ivy is amazed by this. Ivy waits until Sora finishes healing the monster, then Sora jumps back into Ivy's hand. As Ivy asks her, "Are you finished?" the monster approaches her. She gets scared, thinking it might attack, but instead, it shows her affection, as if thanking her for healing it. Ivy then touches the monster, saying, "You're really cute," while Sora just says, "Poo poo." Afterwards, as they walk in the forest, Ivy thinks, "I have one more friend now." She smiles and says, "I should at least give you a name." After some thought, she says, "Your name is Seal," which means sky in another language. She then introduces herself, "I'm Ivy, and this little one is Sora." As they walk further, Ivy senses people nearby and tells Sora to hop into the bag, while Seal goes to hide in the bushes since it's dangerous outside. Later, Ivy arrives at the new town gate. She looks at the town guard, who seems scary. Just then, a man appears and passes by her, saying, "Boy, don't go playing tricks on anyone." Sora seems startled by him. Just as the man is about to enter, the guard stops him, asking, "What business do you have in Ladome Village?" He replies, "A friend of mine lives here." The guard is suspicious, as the man can't seem to tell him his friend's name, so the guard pushes him against the wall. Slashing his bag, the contents fall out. There is a small bag that the guard tears open, finding alcohol inside. He grabs the man and says, "So you're here to illegally sell alcohol." Just then, another guard comes and says he's a criminal, but don't treat him that harshly, and then takes him away to the prison cell. Ivy, having observed the whole incident, says, "You already felt that man was a bad guy, Sora." Now it's Ivy's turn to pass through the gate, and she's already scared of the gatekeeper. Still, she hesitantly walks forward, and the guard stops her. As she turns around, the guard looks at her with suspicious, scary eyes. But just then, a fly lands on his shoulder. He asks, "What's wrong?" and she says, "There's a fly." The guard shows it and says, "Thanks," to Sora. As Sora is about to leave, he asks, "Whose family do you belong to?" She replies, "I'm from Latome Village." He says, "Oh, I've heard things are tough in Latome." He then adds, "Now that you're in Ladome, things will be alright," and lets her enter. As she walks in, she's amazed at how big the town is. She runs toward the butcher shop and asks if the lady would buy the mountain mice she plans to bring. The lady replies, "Sure, but be careful of the monsters in the forest." Ivy then asks the lady for some meat. Afterward, she walks away, thinking about where she should stay, and then spots a big open space where adventurers gather. But seeing the scary guard there, she hesitates, yet still walks toward him. The guard inquires about her and then tells her where she can stay, giving her a wooden pass for entry. As she enters, she opens her mat and lies down. She looks around and notices that everyone else has a tent. She tells Sora, "If we had a tent as well, I could let you out." She then walks toward the market to buy a tent. As she's deciding which one to buy, the gatekeeper appears and scares her. Tears are about to fall from her eyes. Another guard says, "Don't scare the children like that." The gatekeeper introduces himself, "My name is Ogto." She replies, "I'm Ivy." Ogto then says, "Let me help you buy a tent." Ivy is a bit hesitant, but Velivera says he isn't a bad guy. They walk into an old man's shop. Ogto tells the old man, "You have a customer. Give this lad something inexpensive and really great." As the old man looks for a tent, Ivy asks, "How much do tents generally cost? Would a silver tablet be enough? My budget is 5 gittle." The old man responds, "Did you say 5 gittle?" The guard asks, "Where did you get such a large sum?" She explains, "I got a reward for informing victims of a monster attack." Old man hands her tent, saying it's best in 5 glittle. She takes it, happy with the deal, and pays for it. He then suggests you should put a mark on it. Now she writes Sora's name on the tent. Old man gives her a free magic bag. Outside, she thanks guards for their help. They say, "See you later, Ivy." Guards. Now, she goes to set up her tent house. She starts setting it up, and when it's finally done, she is so happy to see it. She enters and closes the curtains, taking Sora out. Sora gets excited to see the tent and starts jumping around. Ivy says, "This is our house." Sora jumps onto her lap, and Ivy says, "Let's celebrate, Sora. Let's go to the dumping zone to get potions." As she walks out of the tent, a few adventurers appear. They call her a thief, and one of them says, "This is my tent." The guy starts accusing her of stealing their tent, but she says, "I didn't." He grabs her, and a woman starts humiliating her. They open her bag and are amazed to see a creature they've never seen before. Ivy tries to run away, but a bodybuilder stops her. He holds her up high, and she's about to cry. Just then, a guard appears and tells them to leave the lad alone, or they'll be punished. The man doesn't listen, so the guard frees Ivy from his grasp, saying, "The tent belongs to this lad." The guy says, "No way this lad can buy such a good tent." The guard says, "Ogto helped her buy the tent," and angrily asks, "Did your tent really get stolen, or are you lying?" The guy hesitates and says, "We might have made a mistake." As they try to run, the guard calls for the other guards to handle them. They take down each one of them and arrest them, taking them to prison. The guard then asks Ivy, "Are you alright?" And she thanks him. He gives her a healing potion, and she's happy as it's brand new. Guard says, "This is token of apology for whatever happened." She says thanks and he leaves. Later at night, Ivy tells Sora to drink as much of the potion as she can and fill herself. But as she's about to eat her meal, she sees Sora isn't eating as she wants the brand new potion to eat. Ivy says, "I'll be needing it for healing. You can't eat it." The next morning, Ivy wakes up and tells Sora, "Let's go hunting." She informs the guard before leaving. As she walks, she meets many guards along the way who know her. They offer help and give her gifts, and she wonders how they know her. Later in the forest, she sees that her trap has been destroyed again. She tells Sora, "At this rate, we'll never catch anything." Just then, Seal appears from behind. He brought some rabbits for her. She asks, "Are you giving them to me?" Seal says yes, and she hugs him. She says, "I'd better start dressing these, they're fresh." Now Seal plays with Sora while Ivy finishes the work. When she's done, Sora and Seal are already asleep. She wakes up Sora, saying, "Let's go," and Sora rolls towards her. Seal pampers her and then goes back to hide. Ivy and Sora head back to town. Sora's clumsiness causes her to get hurt by a stick. Back in town, they arrive at the butcher shop. The lady says, "This meat is so fresh. Seems like you hunted them without a trap." Ivy smiles. The lady gives her money and says, "With this quality, you're always welcome." As Ivy walks away, she again meets guards along the way who stop her to talk. She hides, wondering how they know her. Velivera appears and asks what's wrong. She tells him, and he says, "It's Ogto. He told every guard to look out for you." Ivy blushes at this. Afterward, Velivera waves goodbye. As Ivy walks, she spots a fruit shop and runs toward it. She sees Zero fruit from her village, Latomi, which is very expensive. Shopkeeper says because it was a bad crop this year. He asks, "Are you from Latomi?" She says, "Yeah, I ran away from village." He tells their fortune teller used to predict harvest time of Zero fruit, which is main income source of village. But she fell ill, village head didn't give her medicine. She died and he's blaming a child named Famisha for this, telling villagers she's cursed. Hearing this, Ivy gets upset. He says Latomi is now in financial crisis. "Boy, you left village because of that." She says, "Yeah, I did." He gives her a Zero fruit to motivate her, saying you must be facing a lot. Later,